I studied information technology. Then I was working for MTN on the IT department. Then, okay, my husband was an enterprise, was dealing with enterprise development. That's how I got into the industry. He was a mentor for small businesses. So every time he will advise me, you have to quit your job. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I put the wires. Maybe I can't talk properly because I've put the wires on my teeth.
It's okay.
So
we can still
every
hear
time
you.
he was he was pushy that I must quit because he felt like being employed is like you are in prison. Every time you have to apply for a leave and they choose, you have to earn this much. You don't choose what you want to earn. So I end up resigning, but I started to work first under Mercedes. That's what my first, when I started to be on the entrepreneur industry, that's when I started with Mercedes-Benz. I was managing the telecom fleet, which was owned by Mercedes-Benz. That was my background. That's where I started to be trained as an entrepreneur. Okay, then I started my passion, which was events. I was in events, doing events planning. So, which has led me to being on a property investor. When property investor, then we started towards Maupe Mountain View, which I started to, Maupe Mountain View, which is in Krugersdorp, which have 13 bedroom. We run as a guest house. It have been operating since 2019. It was events and also accommodation. So the need for accommodation started when people coming for events. Then they said, we want to sleep over. Then I saw the gap there. And then from Maupe in view, that's when we have Maupe Sea View, which is based in KZN by the beachfront.
Thank you so much, Mpho. Maybe while we're still on you starting with Maupe, probably do you want to just talk a little about the processes that are involved in buying that property? And I mean, if it's a 13 bedroom, it's quite a huge. We can only imagine the cost of it, and what was your approach? What was the strategy that you used to be able to fund such a huge property?
Okay. At first, we started to buy land. We wanted to build. So one day we realized that people start to build and then fail in the process. So we find it cheaper to buy an incomplete property, finish it. Then we saw that gap, sold the land that we bought, and then found this property, which we found it at the amount of a land. When a property is incomplete, when they sell it, they don't sell it with the amount of property. They send it with the amount of a land. Okay. So it works out cheaper. If you buy a land, you're gonna start from scratch. But if we Googling for incomplete properties, that's how it started. We Google incomplete property, we finish building them and sell it, which is the quicker way of raising money. Maupe Mountain View also, it was a 7-bedroom incomplete property. Then we extended, there was space, too much space. Then we extended to 13-bedroom. Yeah, this is how it started.
Wow. I would have never thought. I guess I will have to think, how else do we play in the space of property. You know, I'm sure there are some ladies who are also thinking there, and they may just come up with questions that may assist them to start if they want to start. Okay, so I was just looking at a comment. My husband was just saying you can switch off your video if it gets to a point where you are struggling. It's fine. I will try and monitor it on my side. Currently, it's white, meaning that the connection is perfect. So if it goes red, then I will warn you, and I'll also start to look out if there's any problems. My apologies. I hope you don't hear the noise outside. I live on the main road, and it can get crazy. Please do not be distracted by the noise that you're hearing outside. Thank you so much for sharing that strategy. For me, it was an eye-opener, and I'm sure for the ladies, it was too. The second question is, what have been your biggest lessons or challenges since you embarked on this journey in the industry?
Okay, the biggest lesson is you earn what you want to earn. Unlike being employed, when you are employed, you are restricted. But with this, I've just learned that dedication, you have, because you earn what you want to earn. So you have to put more of your time, and yeah, you have to be dedicated. It's one thing that I've learned from this industry. Also, you, as a social person, so it make it easier for me because I'm always on social media. I sell my brand wherever I go. I always sell my brand. Yeah, that's worked for me.
Great. So you be the brand. You never leave your brand behind. Wherever you are, you have your brand with you.
If I'm doing shopping and someone is next to me, I will say, hey, there's my Maupe Mountain View. Everywhere I go. Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. Just before I forget, you also mentioned Maupe Sea View. Is it available all year round, or is it specific times of the year?
It's available throughout the year. Yeah. So
Okay.
Maupe View, how did the Maupe Sea View come on board? When COVID lockdown, then we saw opportunity that property, most of the properties went down. The prices went very low. So that's, we also set on our computer, search for properties. That's when we found the property which was at the value of 1.2 and it dropped to 750.
Wow.
It was, yeah, people from overseas, so they were scared that since South Africa is not doing well, now it's called, there are chances that it's going to be worse. That's how Maupe Sea View came into, but we always look for opportunities where people lose their properties because they can't afford, or people build and can't finish to build their properties. Yeah.
There you have it, ladies. Make sure that those pockets are always full, so that when the economy goes otherwise, you are ready to come in and get things at a much reasonable price. It doesn't get better than that. One day I wish to be in that space, and I commend you, you know, that you could make such decision, that your thinking is that advanced, that you are able to move with the economic condition and make the best of every situation. I'm just thinking, there's Maupe Mountain View, there's Maupe Sea View. I'm not sure how accreditation works in the type of accommodations that you have. Is there any difference when it comes to accreditation? And maybe speak to the processes that you have to go through to get approval to be formally recognized as an establishment that can be used to house people.
Okay, I'm still in a process. It's a struggle for us to be registered and recognized, because it starts with the municipal first. The municipal have to approve it first before it have to be go through the process from the health department, which they have already approved us, from the Department of Firefighters also. We have submitted. They wanted fire extinguishers there, and there's assembly, which we have also done it. It's still a process. I'm running, but while I'm still in a process of being fully registered.
Okay. Okay. And then the rating of your property will only come then. At what point do we know if you are 2-star, 5-star?
How will you know if
No, I'm saying is it the process that run concurrently, or will that only come once you've concluded all these other compliance processes?
Yeah, it will come after we have concluded the process, but that will be coming from after they have checked the property and everything. But now, since we are operate under booking.com, with booking.com, they take from the reviews of people and the place, how does it look, then they start to rate us. With Maupe View, they have rated us 5-star. Then Maupe Mountain View, it's 4-star.
Okay, I see. Thank you. There's things they usually require patience to be able to be compliant with everything. And I am encouraged by the fact that you didn't say, let me sit back and just let my space go to waste, when you could actually use other platforms to operate while you're still waiting for the government processes to conclude. We have a question here from Disezo. He's saying the hospitality sector is still mainly white dominated. What do you think are still the red tapes that hampers Black women in the main to enter the space and flourish in the sector?
What can you come again?
The hospitality sector is still mainly white dominated. Why do you think are the red tapes that are preventing Black people, specifically Black women, to enter the space and flourish?
Black society, mostly when they have property, they concentrate more in renting it out for the whole, which I see they are not making money out of it, because we have to wait. For instance, if I rent out a room for 850 for the whole month, the person will be staying in the property for 30 days, then I get 850. But with the hospitality, running a guest house, you will save 650 a night, which money comes in mostly every day. We have guests that are coming during the week, and we have guests that are coming on weekends. So Black society, mostly we like to do the things that our neighbors are doing. If I see my neighbor doing this. So most Black people, they have properties, but it's mostly rental, a monthly rental.
Okay. How intense it is, though, to have people in and out. I can imagine that if you had, let's say 20 pair of feet that walked into Maupe Mountain View in a month, it means that there's people are in and out, there's the cleaning, and how intense is that, and how is that then impacting on your profit?
How does it impact on my?
Yes, is the cleaning fee built in already? That, because because obviously if every time somebody leaves, you have to make sure that you clean, you replenish things, and
Okay, anyway, before I was like before I started to be on the industry for guest house, I was a housewife owning a huge house with two nannies. Then I just saw the opportunity that no, I must turn this into a guest house. You see, they've been earning that salary without me running a guest house, which is now a plus for me and a plus for them because their salary, change to what they have been earning about a little bit more. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so you didn't have to stretch yourself so much to accommodate there. Okay. That is fine. I see there's something on the chat. Oh, Irene was just saying she's sorry she's late. Welcome, Irene. Thank you for coming through. Now, as a woman, I think it links to the question that Tisa just asked. Let me just go to the extension, or rather, let me read it as a whole. As a woman, how easy it is to penetrate through what seems to be a male-dominated industry. Is the woman representation in the industry enough? What can be done to improve it? I think the first part we just spoke to, maybe just speak to, is a representation of women enough, and what could be done to improve it?
It's not enough. And sure.
How do you bring me into the space? I'm out here in the cold.
Yo, that one is a difficult one. I don't know how will I answer it.
Okay.
I just don't answer it. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. We can move on to the next question, and then you can try and think about it, at the back of your mind. And if something pops up, only if something pops up, that you can tell us if there's any ideas that will come up. Who is your
okay.
You may
Sorry,
continue.
something came up. Or another that young people we're not aware of, like most of the companies, they have the Department of Enterprise Development. As young people, we don't use those opportunities. They must us in all. If you want to start a business, each and every company, they have an enterprise development. You can submit your proposal. They can subsidize you and help you to start your business without even giving you maybe a grant that you have to repay. For instance, like Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz also have that department. They assist small business. If you have a property and you want to run a guest house, but you don't have funds to buy some equipment, you submit to them, then they will fund you.
Fantastic. These are the kind of things that we don't know of. I mean, I could have never associated Mercedes with property. And if you know of any other, it doesn't have to be specifically property. I mean, the ladies on the call are probably from other industries. If you know of any other type of those type of, you can just share with me so that I can share with everyone. That's why we gather, to learn from each other, and if help each other have built and have access to any type of opportunity. And this is big. So ladies, if anyone of you heard what Mpho just said about the enterprise development and you have any interest in that, please do drop me a message. You can WhatsApp me, you can send me an email. You can type on the chat while we're still on the call, so that we can connect at some point and see how we can get access to these opportunities that are available out there. And we are sitting here not moving, thinking that we don't have capital. Kanti, capital is available out there. So let's make good use of these opportunities that are available for us out there. Who is your pillar of strength, Mpho? Who's that person that keeps you going in tough times?
Oh, my husband was my pillar of strength. He was like pushy every time. He's the one who have just pushed me to and have teach me, you must never ever go and work. You must, people must work for you. You must not work for. And always, he will always say to me, when you start a business, you need to take care of your business first. Then the business will take care of you. So most people, when we start to run our business, we want to earn salary immediately. That's why most of the business fail. When you start a business, it takes time. You have to build your business, take care of your business. Then after a year or two, then that's when your business will take care of you. So he was my pillar of strength. He have pushed me and he have trained me to be in this industry or a stand up. Wherever you hear that there's a woman what workshop or a business seminar, don't just sit and say, oh, it's 1,000 rand, it's a lot of money. Go there, join, sell your business, because that 1,000 rand is gonna bring you 100,000 rand. Yeah.
True. They always say, be willing to invest in your development. Thank you so much, Mpho. Our next question is, for a person who wants to start to get into the industry, what will your advice be? Let's say the top 5 things to look out for.
Okay. My advice will be, if you are employed and you want to start a business, don't rush to resign. Start your business while you're still working and try to build your business. By the time you are comfortable, you feel that now my business is making money, that's when you can now resign and focus on your business. The second one, it can be wherever you go with your brand. You must sell your brand. Even you are at the shop, you must sell your brand. Yeah, I think.
Sell your brand, sell a brand, sell a brand. Thank you so much, Mpho. I'm just wondering, and I'm gonna say this to the ladies who are in the call. The workplace can be quite intense at time, and I'm thinking, I personally work full time, and I know the struggle of trying to do anything that is outside office work, and I'm struggling. And I'm wondering how, if there's any lady who's on the call and is able to juggle between the side hustle, if you can maybe just share on the chat to say, how do you get this right? So that maybe we can learn from you and be able to do the same ourselves, learn from you how we can, the strategies we can apply to make it a success. And ladies, feel free to put your questions on the chat anytime. We're not waiting for the end of the sessions to attend to the questions. Our next question is, the hospitality industry is mostly seen as something that is best suited in urban areas. What will you say to someone who is in a rural area? What are the chances of them making it through?
Yeah, the chances for them to make it through, they are very slim, because like I'm also from a semi rural area in Northern Cape, but I don't see myself owning a property there, because with property, the problem is you have to you invest more money. Then when you are in a rural area, you will be building. Then you will be spending money on improving your property, doing this, and you'll find out you have spent almost like 2 million. And then the property is at 500,000. Yeah, I will advise Jorge, if you want to be in this industry, rather be in the city than in rural, because each and every time you want to improve there and there. When money comes in, every time you improve on your business, which you will end up spending more money, and the property is in the village, and in the village you will get people, like, it's not busy like as in the cities.
That's true. I can imagine you pretty much depending on those once in a while visits if government decides to do something in your city. I guess maybe also it says that we need to start looking into how do we improve on economic activities in the villages so that there is life and people don't necessarily have to migrate to the semi-urban or the urban areas to be able to make it to be able to make a living. Thank you for that, Mpho. In the absence of questions, I'm checking the chat and I didn't see anything coming through. I would just like you to give, this is now not related to your type of business. This is just us as women entrepreneurs. What are the advices that you can give to our women? Encouragement, advices, anything that you feel that this is something that I feel that a woman need to hear, that I feel that a woman need to have.
Oh, okay. What I can advise, Rome was not built in one day. We have to have patience. And another thing, like I said, all the companies, they have Department of Enterprise Development. Let's go to the companies, find out who's in charge, what business are they funding, and be part of their enterprise development. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. I think I'm still fascinated by the fact that Mercedes can, as an automotive industry, can actually assist in the property space. So I guess it means that we should not be limited by the space that they play in. And I wonder if there's a place that we can go and search to understand, other than the space that they're in, where else do they play? I'm hoping that if you know of any places that we can go look where you don't have, even if it's a what do you call it, an annual report or something that at least can give you some sort of guidance so that you don't spend the whole year calling each and every company to trying to see what they can do for you.
If there is
if there's a one-stop place where you can find the most information in what areas they play in when it comes to enterprise development, even if it's not within their industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just I forgot the name of the company.
It's fine. It's when you do remember, you can share it either while we're still here. If you remember after we've left, after we've left the session, then I will find ways to get the information to people. I know specifically with CSI, Trilog compiles a very nice report every year that shows where the companies play when it comes to their CSI money. So I was just thinking along those lines. There is a question for you here, Mpho. Celeste is saying, you spoke about funding at Mercedes-Benz. Can you share the specific web? Can you share which web page specifically? How do we find this information about
Okay.
Mercedes-Benz? Yeah.
They don't fund for like specifically for you to buy a property. They got for all the small business. For instance, maybe you have a property, you want to run a guest house, or even if it's not a guest house, or you're running a company, or you have a vision, you want to run a business, but you don't have funds. You write a proposal. You have to have a business that you submit. So each and every year, you must have also a business. Each year there's a number, maybe for instance, 20 to 25 business that they have to fund. Like meaning they can give you, for instance, I need bedding, I need wells, and I need so they're not gonna give me cash. I'll give them, if they agreed to fund me, I'll have to give them my supplier's details. Then they will pay the supplier. Then I'll just go and collect. But they don't just buy. They also gonna mentor your business to make sure that your business is growing, is not falling, and because at the end of the day, they have to give a report that they fund this report and this company, and this company got so much employees, things like that.
Okay. Thank you for that info. But where do we find, like, if I go onto the Mercedes-Benz website right now, is it information that is going to be very easy to find? But if I wanted to make contact, how do I find them?
Okay, now usually when I do that, I just go straight to any company, just Google. Then if it's the reception, I just ask them who's in charge on enterprise development. It's just, I find it easy for me.
Okay, and you don't have the contact details currently for BMW specifically?
For now, the company that were funding me, it was Mercedes-Benz and two Rivers Mine. Mercedes and Two Rivers and Daimler, which is now no longer on board now. It's no longer operating.
Okay. What was the second one? Mercedes.
Two Rivers.
Two Rivers.
Two Rivers. Yeah, Two Rivers Platinum Mine.
Oh, okay.
Which is in Limpopo. Obviously, I had to use the address from that side.
Okay. Okay, I understand. That is fine. Connie's asking, are you currently on booking.com, and which areas are your guest rooms?
Yeah, we are on booking.com. Maupe Sea View, it's also on booking.com. It's a 3-bedroom holiday home, which you own the whole apartment, which can cater for 6 adults and 2 kids at the cost of, depending on the season, it's from 2,000 to 3.5. School holidays and December time is 3.5 at night. And then Maupe Mountain View is also on booking.com. It's 850 a night for 2 people, including breakfast. Maupe CV is a self-catering because you own the whole apartment. Maupe Mountain View work as a hotel, like a hotel. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Mpho. We have come to the end of our questions. If anyone has a question that you would like to ask, please pop it in the chat before I go to the next stage, which is to ask Mpho to tell us, where do we find you? Social media, everything. Where do you want us to go find you?
Okay. Facebook, we have Maupe Mountain View. If you just search Maupe Mountain View, it's there. And then Maupe Sea View, we don't have a page, but it's on Google. When you Google, it will take you direct to booking.com.
Okay. So you find Maupe Mountain View on Facebook. Other than that, both properties are found. The Maupe Sea View and the Mountain View are found on booking.com.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Maybe just drop your cell number and your email address quickly on the chat in case anyone wants to have your contact details. So ladies, here's a plug. If you will be visiting Gauteng, myself included, Mpho is here to accommodate you. Do go visit her page on Facebook just to get a sense of what is it that Maupe Mountain View has to offer. It's an absolutely amazing property. I haven't been there yet, but the pictures are amazing. I've been following Mpho for a very long time. And what is missing? If it wasn't of COVID, I probably would have sampled your place already, but do not worry, it is still coming. Mpho has just put contact details. Please spread them. If you know people that would be traveling to Gauteng and they're needing a place to sleep, please do share Mpho's details. Let us support each other as women so that we can all grow. We are still open for women to also sign up on the platform so that you can be able to take a seat. You tell us about your business. You tell us about your experience. We learn from you. People ask questions that will prompt, your thinking further so that you can share more, but also grow from the kind of questions that you are being asked. On this note, we have come to the end of the evening. Mpho, I'm proud of your network. It held on, even though it's during load shedding, and I would like to apologize to every lady who struggled to go on. I don't know what was happening. I will try and investigate and try and see if I find anything with the settings. Our next talk will be on the 30th, which is 2 weeks from now. 2 weekends from now. I will send the details closer to the time. If you are interested in being on the platform, it's open for any woman. We do not discriminate at all. We just want to be here, you to be here so that we can celebrate you. They always say when you build a woman, you're building a nation, because then the woman then takes care of the kids at home, but also there's always the extended and women working together and building each other. Let's make that network stronger and grow together. So if you're wanting to get in touch with me, I think the easiest way is to drop my number here. You can just drop me a WhatsApp, a call if you prefer a call. I'll just type it on the chat. You can just get in touch. Let me know if you would like to become part of our guests here on the platform. We are looking forward to hosting you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mpho, and I commend how far you have come. I love your hubby for pushing you, and of course, it took your strength and your resilience to actually make it past his motivation. Let's keep on growing. It's my dream that one day I would leave the bus's desk and come be a boss of my own. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Blessing, for joining for Nelspruit Real Estate Firm. Thank you so much. Let me copy that, because actually I've never heard of it. I would want to know more about it. Thank you, ladies. Let's keep on doing this. Let's grow together. Have a lovely week ahead.
Okay, thank you. Okay, bye.
Thank you, bye, Mpho.
Thank you, bye.
Bye, Celeste.
Thank you, bye, ladies.
Bye,
Bye.
Blessing. Thank you. Yes.
How do I leave the meeting?
Thank you. Bye.
Connie. Bye, Connie.
Bye.
Thank you, Pillow. Thank you. Bye.
Who is La Grace Properties? Is it True Blessing? Oh, yes, I see.
Yes,
Okay.
it's in
Okay.
Nelspruit.
Thank
I'm
you,
in
Matakwanono.
Nelspruit, yeah.
Hey,
Thank you, ladies.
thank
Bye,
you so much.
It was
Mupilo.
eye-opening.
Bye, Irene. Good to see you.
Yes, alapha Tegwini Tebe.
Yes, I'm waiting for you here.
Indaba is there.
Yep. I'll be waiting to hear from you.
Sure,
Bye,
sure.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.